Hey, it's Brook Hoover looking at my Joe Pass book, Chord Encounters for Guitar, Book 1. This book actually has a record with the examples. And somebody emailed me to ask about this record. And I didn't think the copy was in there, but it is. And I'm going to see if I can get that transferred to digital files and maybe share it. But that got me curious about running through a little bit of the book on my channel. And the first lesson is dominant seventh chord forms. Let's check these out. So that's F7, B flat 7, and C7. Pretty basic stuff. So if you're for rock and rollers, and remember, I'm just a dumb rock and roller. I don't really know a lot about jazz. I know a little bit, but if you're a serious jazz guitar player, you're not going to want to see this video, so you can just go do your thing, man. But if you don't know anything about jazz, this might help you get started. So F7, of course, for a rock and roller is going to be this kind of big, fat chord. Or maybe, or something like that. This book shows it kind of like, I guess it is similar to, but he wants you to mute the fifth string. So that's kind of weird. So he wants a F, E flat, A, and C. I'm kind of confused why we would bar that with first finger. That's what the diagram tells us, mute the fifth and first string. So seems like with jazz guitar, you're often muting a string, and students they kind of panic when they see that X. Let me show you this diagram for this F7. Can you see that? It's got an X over the fifth string. Frankly, I'm puzzled why the notation would say bar that, and how are we supposed to mute that string? So the way I would do it is this. Go index, middle, pinky, ring. And you're going to mute that fifth string, hopefully. Remember, that's going to be movable, so if you want a G7, A7, B7, C7, D7, and E7, F7. That's how I would approach it, and that's how I have been taught. So that's index, middle, pinky, ring. 1, 1, 2, 1 for fret numbers. Index, middle, ring, pinky. Or I might do this. Let my thumb come over the top, which is kind of informal, but you can do that. That's kind of cool. So that really does work, the thumb, but it does freak people out. So again, F7 can be your normal bar chord. You can add your pinky. You can let your thumb come over. You can do these. The book says do that. I think that just is a mess. But sometimes when something's really uncomfortable, that's an opportunity to learn. So we'll have to keep our mind open about that. So there's our F7, which would be like our 1 chord. Our 4 chord would be B flat 7. That's what the book says. index, ring, pinky. 1, 3, 1, 3 for fret numbers. B flat, F, A flat, D. And that's our 4 chord. So that, there's not much controversy about that. It's movable. B flat, C, D, E, F, G, A. Those are all dominant 7 chords. So that's, yeah. So if you went from the 1 to the 4, you could go. So I'm doing the comping thing where I kind of bounce it. Relaxing my hands so they're like quarter notes that are short. They're not long. That's a recommended technique as far as I understand. The 5 is C7. And the book says, just like a normal C, add your pinky. Mute the 1st and 6th strings. 1, 4, 5, 1. F7, B flat 7, C7. Just like a C chord, add the pinky on the B flat note. So that's a C, E, B flat, C. Let's do 12 bar blues in key of F. There's the F7, now the B flat 7. Back to F7. Here's the C7. Back to F7. So just remember, that's a 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5, 1 in the key of F. And you can move it to other keys. If you brought it up to G7, it'd be. One, 4, 5, 1. And if you brought it up to A7, A7, D7, E7, A7. 1, 4, 5, 1. You got it. B7. B7, E7, F sharp 7, B7. 1, 4, 5, 1. C7. 1, 4, 5, 1. C7, F7, G7, C7. Those are dominant 7 chords. Then you got your D7. 10th fret. That's D7, G7, A7, D7. E7. 1, 4, 5, 1. E7, A7, B7. Cool. 1, 1, 4, 5. And of course we can get our sharps and flats in there too, in between. So that's the first lesson. Then they have some basic blues, kind of like what I did. All right, that's a good, this is kind of, I've already done this book on this channel, but I thought since we had a question about it, we might just reintroduce it. So let me ask, do you have Chord Encounters for Guitar, Book 1, a 2-record personal instruction program? Best wishes, Joe Pass. Charles Hanson II, Music and Books of California Incorporated, printed in the USA. Super hip. And what else? that's just cool. I mean, yeah, I was really excited that I had that question about the record. And yes, it is 2 records. So I'll just get somebody to like bounce that down to a digital, to MP4s or something, and I can Dropbox it to people if they want it. Let me know. But it's going to take some time for me to find somebody to do that for me. So this is a pretty rare book, I believe. Let me know if you have a copy of Chord Encounters for Guitar, Book 1. Best wishes, Joe Pass. Man, that's cool. All right, get hip. See you later, Daddy-O.